There we go. Sorry about that. What's going on, traders? I'm in a position right now, so I'm going to have to keep a close eye on that one as we're going over the trades today. There's a lot of good opportunities I want to go over today. There's a lot gapping up, guys. A lot gapping up today. A lot of good opportunities await us. But these are the days that are a little trepidatious, right? Because it's not like, oh, we got one gapping up that's going to fade off and then volume's going to go here. It's like, oh my gosh, we got a lot of potential today. There's a lot of good opportunities, many different stocks that could get it today. That is, of course, why I'm keeping a close eye on my position. EYEN, I'm in that at $4. It went up to about $4.25. I tried to sell, but God, this is part of pre-market, guys. You know, just it's a little illiquid and it happens so quick. So it gets a little frustrating. So I'm gonna keep a close eye on this one. I'm gonna cut my loss on it. You know, if it starts coming back down to around that 390 area. Want it to really hold above $4 right now on EYEN. So that's what I'm watching right now on that one. We can go ahead and go over that since I'm watching it here. EYEN. What's going on with EYEN? They announced positive phase 3 trials. The company did. Now, what is phase 3 trials? That brings in usually the most amount of hype and attention on a stock here. We're getting a little sell-off right now, guys. Keeping a close eye here. Shore for Shore in the house, man. Good morning. Good to see you in here. All right, let's go over the PR on this, gentlemen. All right, the CEO of the company said, "We are excited with the results of the phase 3 study. The microstat fixed combination administered with the OptiJet delivered strong efficiency and was well tolerated by all subjects." Yeah, Rick, avoiding stocks with big spreads on them. I agree, especially in pre-market too. Some of these stocks, you know, if I don't get in right at the bottom, you know, I only get into them if I get in right at the bottom, because otherwise, you know, it can really be painful. In the video yesterday, guys, on OCX, I looked at it this morning. Guess how many views it had? 666. So with that being said, I'm probably going to avoid that one today. I mean, it really was the account killer, guys. Unfortunately, a lot of people blew up on OCX. I feel awful for the guys, you know, on OCX. That one took a lot of people. Really took a lot of people on that one. I like Jandro in the house. Good morning. Good morning to see you in here, man. Good to see you in here. Yeah, so OCX, man, here's the deal. So a lot of us know that many people blew up on it. And guys, we're all here to help each other out. The biggest thing you can do to help yourself out, though, is to not blame anything else on OCX. You know, if you ended up blowing up or losing big on it, we got to take full responsibility for those actions. You know, if you want to be able to learn and grow from it, you have to be docile, right? You got to be porous in a way, like a sponge. You got to be like a sponge that can just absorb all the water, all the information, guys, and you'll be good to go. But if you just remain hardened to learning from your mistake, or if you want to blame, you know, outside things that happened to you, whether that was blaming the market conditions or blaming something else that happened in your life, you know, you're not going to be able to grow as much. You know, try to benefit from it as much as possible by taking responsibility. Dan, you got into OCX too early. Got hit on the drop. It's like clockwork, baby. So OCX, what's going on here today? Let's go ahead and pull that one up. OCX, we want this one to do what? You know, I still have shorts on it, surprisingly, here. A lot of brokers, after everyone starts blowing up, they'll take the shorts away. Or maybe that's just a theory of mine. I saw that happen with some other stocks like AWX, though. But OCX, if we could just get that one back up to kind of like after hours highs, around 585, 575, get a little pop up there. Previous close is going to be on OCX at around 591. We do have 525 support, though, on OCX if we pull that up. OCX, we're going to have 525 support. We're going to see how it holds, because there's a lot of stocks, guys, with a lot of attention. So OCX isn't necessarily going to be the thirsty attention seeker it was yesterday, because there's a lot of opportunities, a lot of different stocks with potential that could bring in all the hype and volume. And with that being said, OCX, I would like to take a short on this if we can get back up near that $6 area. We'll see if this one just tries to sell on off out of the gates, get around that 525 area, maybe even crack below that. It's looking a little weak here in pre-market, though. Yeah, Rick, OCX could run up again. Hey, here's the thing, baby. Look over here. I made some money on this short before it went supernova. There's going to be opportunities on both sides of it. Going to be opportunities on both sides. You just got to predefine your risk well. So if you're going to trade it on the short side on OCX, just always be taking money off the table. You know, that's what my mentor at Intensity Stock Watch does. You know, literally a stock could be going straight up, and Brian could be short on it the entire trade, and he'll make money on it. It's all about taking profits off the table. And me and Vic's usually in here. Not sure if he is today. He's really good with the large cap shorts. What we were talking about yesterday was just always being, you know, objectively minded. So the one thing we can be certain about is uncertainty, and knowing that, always take profits off the table. You know, we can look at a past chart history and tell what is most likely going to happen. What's a high probability, high chance of happening with a certain stock by looking at its past, looking at the personality, the traits of a certain stock. But with that being said, you know, it doesn't always happen that way. K-Ball in the house. Yeah, long on wash. Lots of baggies looking to cover. Very true. Very, very true. That's why this one's probably not just going to come burning back down. A lot of baggies on both sides of it though. It's going to be really just choppy, probably, on OCX. But guys, always be objective minded. The only thing you're certain about is uncertainty. Always take profits off the table. Alright. EYEN, I ended up just cutting that for at $3.95. I was in that at $4. Ended up just taking that at $3.95. I wasn't liking that. I really wanted to hold above $4. I tried to get out like $4.25, but it just popped up there so quick. Didn't really give me a chance. Now, is it still holding? A little bit, but I don't like being in it when it's kind of heavy on support, because this thing can just drop right through it. I could look to pick up EYEN if we get a nice little sell-off at the open, but you know, this is what I was looking at on EYEN when I was trading it. Had this trend line drawn here. We broke above it. You know, right here at $4 is where I got in. Was looking for it to really hold above $4. Did not want it back under 4. Came back under 4. I got out. That was my plan. Stuck to the plan, so I'm okay with it. I'm okay with EYEN. But 538 is the 200-day moving average. This one is kind of a recent IPO. IPO'd in February. $9 million in float. This one is going to have quite a bit of a spread on it, like Rick said earlier. So we'll just keep an eye on EYEN. Did come out with nice little PR on phase 3 trials. Now, what is the big elephant in the room right now? CODX. Let's go over. Good God, CODX is at 305 right now. All right, let's go over CODX. They announced the elimination of debt. They are out of debt, debt-free, baby, through the sale of 3 million of preferred shares convertible to common stock, and at a fixed rate of $1.20 per share. At an additional sale of 1 million preferred shares for cash. So, guys, they are out of debt, and people are very excited about that. CODX, this one, of course, has all the hype and attention right here on the gap up watch list. What is it showing? It's showing orange. Why is it orange? Because it's getting very overextended. You see this I3 here? It's getting overbought. That's the intensity indicator. This is at 25. So when things get about over a 20, that's when they'll start up here in orange, which is meaning what? Get ready for this thing to start reversing a little bit, baby. This thing is getting a little overbought. Corey Mitchell, new in here. Nice to see you, man. Nice to see you. Good morning. Got a lot of opportunities today, Corey. A lot of opportunities. A lot to look at. CODX, of course, is one of those. Now, this one's, it's like a rubber band effect, right? When something is getting way overextended, way overbought, when the trend is this steep. We can pull up the trend right here. Take a look at this trend. Look how steep this thing is. You think it's going to hold? I wouldn't be buying it off that trend when it's up. I mean, it's on the trend. Right when it comes off the trend is when it's done. It's up 171% right now. I mean, it's quite ridiculous, guys. But the faster and stronger this thing is, and steeper it is, the weaker the trend is going to be. So the more this thing just keeps going straight up, the weaker it's going to be. So just keep that in mind. And of course, on this, when we start getting selling, we're going to get a lot of selling. We're going to get panic selling. Albert in the house. CODX, absolutely, man. CODX is just slaying it right now, man. Coming up near 320. Now, 261 was the 200-day moving average on this, and that was where a lot of resistance was. So I know a lot of shorts were getting into this around these areas. See, if we pull up the chart, when you always pull up the chart, guys. The past chart history gives us a nice blueprint on the stock, guys. And the blueprint's what we want. You know, we can go over the pre-market analysis. I can provide you a blueprint. We can look at the past chart history, but you're the one who's got to build the house, all right? This is just the layout. You got to build the house, guys. So CODX, we got tons of 270 resistance. I mean, this is going to turn into support. Now that's already just broken through it. You see all the way back throughout the last year, upper shadow after upper shadow hit this resistance time and time and time again. All these upper shadows here. So this was resistance along with that 261-day moving average. So we could start pulling back to that area. I would be a buyer on this if we had a huge sell-off down to like panic selling, down to like 250, 260. That's where I'd be a buyer at. I'm not buying at the top, guys. Not smart at all on this. Corey, thoughts on EYEN? Yeah, I took an entry on EYN this morning at $4. I took it off. The table here. I'll just go over that real quick for you. I think you just jumped in here because I just did that. This was kind of what I was wanting to see it break above this downtrend here. I got in right here at $4, rode it up to around $4.25, and then I wanted to hold that $4 area. I didn't. You know, still holding some type of support here. If we were to draw a little price action line here around 385 is kind of where it's holding support. This is one, Corey, where you're going to need to really define risk on. One guy yesterday commented on the video, and he said, you know, I got into OCX and did really well, but he didn't really know where his risk was. You know, you gotta know your risk before you even know your exit, especially on these lower floats, EYEN. So if you're getting in this, just know where you're going to get out because it is a low float stock, around 9 million. When it sells off, baby, it's selling off. This thing can get halted on a sell-off. So just understand that. Yeah, Corey, awesome. Yep, back burner for sure. Yeah, this one's definitely has potential on it. 538 is going to be the 200-day moving average. It's got decent catalyst, you know, pretty good catalyst. It's phase 3 trials. Nice support here. VWAP's been holding it up though. So 425. If we break that, we could start seeing some nice volume move back into it to retest $5. But there's a lot of stocks today to be looking at, so we're just understanding that there's going to be a lot of eyes on a lot of different things today. But with that said, what's next, guys? On the gap up scanner, EKSO. Baby, this one is setting itself up nice. We got a bull flag going on here. There's just so many different stocks to be looking at. Bull flag, baby. 210 is going to be kind of support on this one. Let's go ahead and draw this one out. Then we'll get right into it. So we're getting squeezed pretty nicely on this one. Nice little squeeze up to that VWAP right there. Yeah, it's really testing this bottom trend line out now. And look at that. Getting some nice volume in. It's going to be cracking that a little bit. We still got support. You know, this could turn into a little bit of a channel here at 211, 210. We got to be watching EKSO because this one honestly isn't gapping up the most in the world. Yeah, Brad, definitely EKSO is a sleeper. It is a sleeper because it's not gapping up too much. I mean, what is it up percentage-wise? EKSO, I mean, it's up 30%. 30% is a great percent to be up because not a lot of shorts get excited about that. The shorts get excited about CODX. When a stock is up 200%, shorts are going to be all over that, guys. Shorts are not going to be looking at EKSO to make like a little scalp of 10 cents. All right. So EKSO, we definitely got to keep this one on watch. Why is this one moving on up? But they announced a $100 million joint venture to develop the exoskeleton market in Asia. I found this PR really interesting. Expected to bring therapy to 12 million stroke patients in China alone. And the leading cause of death in China, I didn't know this, guys. Did you know it? Is strokes. Strokes is the leading cause of death in China. It's very interesting there. Let's go ahead and take a look at the CEO statement on this. I can find it here. They chain smoke. Got it. Despite the significant impact that stroke has had on the Chinese population, the stroke and spinal cord rehabilitation industry in China is not as developed as it is in the United States, said their president and CEO. This joint venture is a transformative opportunity both for Exobionics and for the millions of Chinese strokes and spinal cord injury patients who currently have limited access to advanced rehabilitation technologies. This joint venture positions us to become the leader in both medical and industrial exoskeletons in China. Shoot, I wouldn't mind an exoskeleton myself, guys. My wife put me on some type of beach body workout the other day, and I'm still sore. It's been about 3 days since I did that. They need Portos in China would help the Strokes. Rudolph in the house, man. Portos, dude. You guys send me some, man. Stuff is the best. Stuff is the best. Alright, guys. What's next? That's EKSO, EYN, CODX. Let's take a look at what's next, fellas. VTVT. John Wilson, you in here? This is his favorite. Hey, I ain't letting loose of this one. VTVT is getting a... It doesn't have any volume. I don't know if it's going to get any movement today, but the chart's beautiful, guys. You cannot deny the beauty of this chart. I mean, this is an ascending triangle pattern. A few weeks ago, we had this spike. I'm going to go over it real quick. I know you guys are getting fed up with me going over this. Hit resistance 325. Back down to the trend line. Bam! Spike. Hit resistance. Back down to the trend. Back up. Back down. Back up. Now we're back down. Now I like it when VTVT gets down for me, baby. This one's back on the trend. Guess what we can be seeing? Can be seeing a spike coming up here shortly. Okay, Vaughn, swing it. I'm really thinking about it, dude. Really, really thinking about it. On VTVT. So we got to keep this one on watch. There's a lot of different stocks that are taking all the attention today. So that being said, will VTVT get it? I don't know. If everything else fails, we'll keep it on watch. Throw it on that back burner watch list. Now let's continue down the list. AWSM, guys. This one a few days ago broke that 50-day moving average, but became a nice stock, guys. And this one is a past chart supernova as well. I know these don't have the volume. We're going over them really quick, guys. I want you to always be prepared for them in case they do start getting the volume. AWSM, look at this. Just look at it. As Ed Bassmaster says, this thing went up from a few bucks to 22, not like a year ago or so, and now we're back above the 50-day. We haven't been above it since that time, and we're back down right to support, which we went over yesterday on AWSM. So 250 is support. It bounced right off of that yesterday at the close. The trend line's back down to 235. So AWSM 250 is a nice starter entry on it. This one is bullish on the chart now. If this one's going to continue to start moving on up, Ashton, yeah. Would you just look at AWSM, guys? Take a look at it. So we'll keep that one on watch as well. Now FRSX. This one's gapping up as well. So many to look at, fellas. FRSX. This one's probably my least favorite, but it is gapping up, so we'll go ahead and go over it. They secured $1 million investment deal with RH Electronics. This one's $26 million in the float. $2 is going to be very tough resistance on this. So if you're thinking about trading this, just really acknowledge the $2 resistance area. This one, the 50-day moving average is at $2. Also in the chart, we can pull that up here. We got $2 is a very tough resistance on it. So this one most likely not going to do a whole lot for us today on FRSX. That one is gapping up though. A lot of new guys in here today. If you want me to go over these scanners at all with you guys, just let me know. Some of you are new. Intensity Stock Watch scanners. And these things are incredible. So would love to help you guys out. The orange here, that's letting us know stocks are getting very overbought or oversold, and we look at the intensity indicator to figure that out. Is it negative? Negative 23.8, negative intensity. So ACIU, if we pull that one up right now, we'll go ahead and look at that as an example. It's 922 right now, so we'll start wrapping things on up here quickly. Yeah, ICIU, negative intensity. This thing's sitting right at $5 from $11. This is what, like the lowest this thing's ever been? What's the news on this? Might want to scoop this thing up, boys. Yeah, $2 resistance. Very, very tough. Discontinuing phase 3 trial. Oh yeah, FRSX, Albert. Yep, that one's going to have very tough $2 resistance. That's the 50-day. That's chart resistance as well. If you pull up the yearly chart on that one. Alright guys, let's briefly go over the game plan on CODX, EYN, and OCX. OCX, I'm going to be looking for a short on this one, guys. I know it's going to be crowded. just like yesterday, it's going to be quick. I mean, I'm not going to put a whole lot of risk into OCX. I want this one back up to after hours highs. If we can get a pop at the start of the day, back up to around 590, that's going to be ideal for me on a short. I'll be looking for that. Be watching the price action very carefully. CODX, that one's still on the trend. This one's wild right now. You know, $3 is going to be that whole dollar natural support right there on CODX and that trend line, so we'll be very careful with that. On CODXJ, have a great day, everyone. I'm busy, very busy today. I want to check in. Awesome, man. Sorry to hear you're busy today. You're going live soon, man. I'm excited for you. You're going to be killing it. A lot of you are going live too at CMAG very shortly. Really excited for you guys. So CODX, this one, if you want to try to trade it on this trend, you can. I'm not going to be buying this thing up 200%. Shorts are all over this. I'm with you guys on the. I'm with Brad on the EKSO sleeper. I like EKSO for the sleeper. And this one's back down to $2 right now. That's not bad at all. This one's at the top of the negative intensity scanner, right? So this is a great scanner for finding these stocks, you know, that are in play, but that are providing us with great opportunities to be scooping it up on EKSO. So we'll keep an eye for certain on EKSO. I do have shorts for it as well. Could ride this thing. 191 is also 200-day moving average. So a couple good areas of support on EKSO. Might look to scoop that one up here shortly. But guys, that's the watch list today. A lot going on. Be very careful. Predefined risk today. Please predefine risk, guys. A lot going on here. If you guys are interested in these scanners, of course, got the 33% off forever in the description below. If you're interested, and guys, hit me up anytime you want at this email address here. If you have any questions, I'm going to type that in. Most traders, they'll have in the description their email address, but it'll say for business inquiries only. I'm not interested in your money, guys. I'm here to help. All right? If you have any questions at all, let me know. Happy to help you guys. But that's going to do it for today. That's going to wrap up the day, guys. Excited. A lot of opportunities. Please stay safe. Please stay safe today, guys. Rudolph got in on OCXs, was holding 530, playing it at 535, and get out at 570. Perfect. Yeah. Love it when we got that 5-cent risk, you know, but 40-cent reward. That's incredible. Incredible. All right, guys. Stay safe today. Much love, Rudolph, and we will see you all tomorrow.